The Weight of Silence by Heather Gudenkauf. Chapter 5. Antonia. I am being lifted from my sleep by the low rumble of what I think at first is thunder, and I smile, my eyes still closed. A rainstorm. Cool, plump drops. I think that maybe I should wake up Callie and Ben. They both would love to go stomp around in the rain, to rinse away this dry, hot summer, if just for a few moments. I reach my hand over to Griff's side of the bed, empty and cooler than mine. It's Thursday, the fishing trip. Griff went fishing with Roger. No thunder. A truck? I roll over to Griff's side, absorb the brief coolness of the sheets, and try to sleep. But continuous pounding, a solid banging on the front door, is sending vibrations through the floorboards. I swing my legs out of bed, irritated. It's only 6 o'clock, for Christ's sake. I pull on the shorts that I had dropped on the floor the night before and run my fingers through my bed-mussed hair. As I make my way through the hallway, I see that Ben's door is tightly shut, as it normally is. Ben's room is his private fortress. I don't even try to go in there anymore. The only people he invites in are his school friends and his sister, Callie. This is surprising to me. I grew up in a family of 4 brothers, and they let me enter their domain only when I forced my way in. My whole life has been circled by males, my brothers, my father, Lewis, and of course, Griff. Most of my friends in school were boys. My mother died when I was 17, and even before that, she hovered on the edge of our ring. I wish I had paid more attention to the way she did things. I have misty-edged memories of the way she sat, always in skirts, one leg crossed over the other, her brown hair pulled back in an elegant chignon. My mother could not get me into a dress, interested in makeup, or sitting like a lady, but she insisted that I keep my hair long. I rebelled by putting my hair back in a ponytail and cramming a baseball hat on top of my head. I wish I had watched closely to the way she would carefully paint lipstick on her lips and spray just the right amount of perfume on her wrists. I remember her leaning in close to my father and whispering in his ear, making him smile, the way she could calm him with just a manicured hand on his arm. My own silent little girl is even more of a mystery to me, the way she likes her hair combed smooth after a bath, the joy she has in inspecting her nails after I have inexpertly painted them. Having a little girl has been like following an old treasure map with the most important paths torn away. These days I sit and watch her carefully, studying her each movement and gesture. At least when she was speaking, she could tell me what she wanted or needed. Now I guess, and falter, and hope for the best. I go on as if there is nothing wrong with my Callie, as if she is a typical 7-year-old girl, that strangers do not discuss her in school offices, that neighbors don't whisper behind their hands about the odd Clark girl. The door to Callie's room is open slightly, but the banging on the door is more insistent, so I hurry down the steps, the warped wood creaking under my bare feet. I unlock the heavy oak front door and find Louis and Martin Gregory, Petra's father, standing before me. The last time Louis was in my home was 3 years earlier, though I remember little of it, as I was lying nearly unconscious on my sofa after falling down the flight of stairs. "Hi," I say uncertainly. "What's going on?" "Tony," begins Louis, "is Petra here?" "No," I reply and look at Martin. His face falls for a moment, and then he raises his chin. "May we speak with Callie? Petra seems to be—" Martin hesitates. "We can't find Petra right now, and thought that Callie could tell us where she might be." "Oh, my goodness, of course! Please, come in." I show them into our living room, now conscious of the scattering of beer cans on the coffee table. I quickly gather them and scurry into the kitchen to throw them away. "I'll just go and wake Callie up." I take the stairs 2 at a time, my stomach sick from Martin and Fielda. I am calling, "Callie, Callie, get up, honey. I need to talk to you." When I reach the hall, Ben opens his door. He is shirtless, and I notice that his red hair needs trimming. "Morning, Benny. They can't find Petra." I continue past him to Callie's door and push it open. Her bed is rumpled, and her sock monkey lies on the floor, its smiling face turned toward me. I stop, puzzled, and then turn. "Ben, where's Callie?" He shrugs and retreats to his room. I quickly check the guest room, my bedroom, Ben's room. I rush down the stairs. "She's gone too!" I run past Louis and Martin, down our rickety basement steps, flipping on the light as I scurry downstairs. The cool dampness of our concrete basement sweeping over me. Only cobwebs and boxes. Our old, empty deep freeze. My heart skips a beat. You hear about this. Children playing hide and seek in old refrigerators and freezers, not being able to get out once they are in. I told Griff time and again to get rid of that old thing, but he never did. I never did. Quickly, I run over to the freezer and fling open the lid, and a stale smell hits me. It's empty. I try to regulate my breathing, and I turn back to the steps. I see Martin and Louis waiting for me at the top. I sprint up the steps, past them, and out the back door. I scan our wide backyard and run to the edge of the woods, peering into the shadowy trees. Winded, I make my way back home. Louis and Martin are waiting for me behind the screen door. She's not here. Louis's face is stony, but Martin's falls in disappointment. Well, they're most likely together and went off playing somewhere. Can you think of where they may have gone? Louis inquires. The park? The school, maybe? But this early? What is it? 6 o'clock? I ask. Petra has been gone since at least 4:30, Martin says matter-of-factly. Where would they go at such an early hour? I don't know. It doesn't make sense, I say. Lewis asks me if he can have a look around, and I watch, following at his heels as he walks purposefully around my home, peeking in closets and under beds. She is not here. I've called in the information about Petra to all the officers. They're already looking around town for her, Lewis explains. It doesn't appear that the girls were... He pauses. That the girls meant any harm. I suggest you go look around for them in the places they usually go. Martin looks uncertain about this plan, but nods his head, and I do too. Tony, Griff's truck is outside. Is he here? Would he be able to tell us where the girls could be? Lewis, in his kind way, is asking me if Griff is coherent this morning, or if he is passed out in our bed from a night of drinking. Griff's not here. He went fishing with Roger this morning. He was going to leave about 3:30 or so. Could he have taken the girls fishing with him? Martin asks hopefully. No, I laugh. The last thing Griff would want is to take a couple of little girls on his big fishing trip. He's not supposed to be back until Saturday. I'm positive the girls did not go fishing with him. I don't know, Tony. Maybe he did decide to take the girls with him. Maybe he left a note. No, Lewis. I'm sure he wouldn't have done that. I'm beginning to become irritated with him. Okay then, Lewis says. We'll talk again in 1 hour. If the girls aren't found by then, we'll make a different plan. I hear a rustle of movement and turn to see Ben sitting on the steps. At a quick glance, he could be mistaken for Griff, with his broad shoulders and strawberry hair. Except for the eyes. Ben has soft, quiet eyes. Ben, I say, Callie and Petra went off somewhere and we need to find them. Where could they have gone? The woods, he says simply. I'm going to do my paper route. Then I'll go look for them. I'll call to have some officers check out the woods near the backyard. 1 hour, Lewis says again. We'll talk in 1 hour.